Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to sit down and do some winged eyeliner tips for you. And now I know that some of you may be thinking that you would rather have a winged eyeliner tutorial, which I can do as well, but I thought that it might be more helpful to talk about some winged eyeliner tips today, because winged liner is not the same for everyone. Everyone has a different eye shape and people prefer different products and stuff. So I wanted to discuss some general tips that can help you get really good at winged eyeliner regardless of your eye shape and regardless of what type of product works best for you. That being said, if you do want a winged eyeliner tutorial, give this video a thumbs up and let me know in a comment down below so I know that that's what you want. Tip number one, kind of already touched on it in my intro. Experiment with different types of products. You might find that people swear by gel liner or swear by liquid liner or swear by a felt tip pen or whatever, and you just cannot seem to get that to work for you, and that's fine. Honestly, when I first started doing makeup, it was like the time where everyone swore by gel liner and I could not get it to work right for me, and I hated it, and I was struggling every fucking day to try to get my eyeliner on because I was trying to use gel liner because everyone swore it worked so well. And eventually I just had to concede to the fact that gel liner just wasn't for me. Like nowadays, I'm like so good at doing my winged liner that I can use gel and it's fine. So if there's like colored ones and stuff that I want to use, I can do that. But when I was learning how to slay it originally, it didn't work that way. Like I needed to practice doing it with something that worked better for me. And for me, what worked best was a felt tip at the time. This was back before Kat Von D Beauty was a thing, so I wasn't using tattoo liner yet, but I was using the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner pen, and it changed the whole game. So even on other people at the time, I would use that to get down the shape that I wanted to get down. But then if the key artist wanted a certain finish or whatever, I would, switch it out and fill it in with that, go over it, because it just gave me a better shape and I was just better with it. It just worked better in my hand. And that was that. So don't be afraid to experiment around with different types of eyeliner. If somebody says that they get their liner a certain way by using a certain product, that might not work the same way for you. So be aware, do some experimenting, and find out what works best for you. And then as you learn, you will grow and you'll be able to use all the types. Tip number two, be aware of your eye shape and follow tutorials from people who have a similar eye shape to you. And emulate what she's doing, the motion that she's doing, and the shape that she's creating when she does her winged eyeliner, because that is going to work better for you because you have an eye shape that looks more like her. That goes in every direction too. It's not just if you have hooded eyes, you have to look for somebody with hooded eyes. Like whatever eye shape you have, look for somebody with that shape, because odds are it's going to look the best on you if you like it on somebody else who has a similar facial structure to what you've got. Tip number three is to practice. And I know that it's very difficult to practice doing winged eyeliner because you feel like if you don't get it right in those early practice times, you're going to look like an asshole out in public, and I completely get that. However, don't be afraid to just practice it whenever, like when you're home, when you're watching TV, when you're just sitting around in your pajamas petting your cat or whatever it is you do. Just go to your vanity, play around with winged eyeliner, try to get it as good as you can, and learn from those experiences. You don't even have to go anywhere. You can also practice and go out. I'm not saying that you have to stay home, but if you don't feel confident, there are definitely ways to get the practice in. Practicing doing your winged eyeliner is literally the only way to get good at it. If you just sit around and you hope that you get better at it, it's just never going to happen. Okay, tip number four, map out your eyeliner. Hold on, let me grab a brush for an example. Bottom line of your liner is the most difficult part to get right because it tends to like droop down a little low and you look like a little janky on the bottom edge there. So what I recommend doing is grabbing a angled liner brush, like so, and using like a light brown eyeshadow to map out the bottom line. So for example, I don't have a mirror here, so I hope I don't poke myself in the eye, but so I would just find my bottom lash line and just stamp out the direction that I want my liner to go in before I put down my liquid, because it's a lot easier to brush away a little bit of light brown eyeshadow than it is to get some liquid liner off of your skin or gel or whatever it is you're using. So if you screw it up and you don't like the angle that it's at, boom, it's okay. You just brush it off and you go back in and you try again. And I highly recommend doing it on both sides to make sure they're even before you go in with liquid. Ba-doom boop. Tip number 5, final tip. When in doubt, clean it up with some concealer. The same kind of a brush like this, a small detail brush, whatever it is that works best for you, and clean up that bottom line with some concealer if you need to. Nobody's gonna know the difference. Just get under there, clean up that line if you have to. Do not feel any sort of pride stopping you. Like, you should just nail it in one try, because you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I nail it in one try. Other times I have to go in there and clean the shit out of it. Like, it just depends on the day. It depends on how much coffee I drank before I go in there, because sometimes I'm a little bit like this, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely do not be afraid. Also, another way that you can do it is use a powder foundation. So if you take a small dense brush, even a lip brush, anything small where you have a lot of control over it, you could dip it into powder foundation and pat that over the area to clean up the shape of the wing. If you feel more comfortable working with the powder, that might work for you, so you can experiment with that as well. Those are all 5 tips. And if you go through those steps and figure out what works for you, I'm pretty sure you're going to get pretty good at doing your winged eyeliner. If you would like to see winged eyeliner tutorial, if you think we have a similar eye shape, let me know and I will put that together for you. I think that it could definitely be beneficial for some people more than others, people who like to work with the same products as me and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And you know, if you like this, please don't forget to follow me on social media. I am at Miss QuinnFace on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Those will all be listed down below, along with my blog, where I will list many, many details and have many, many other tips. So if you'd like to go check that out too. And that's it for now. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.